What up, everybody? It's your boy Peace-Eye. Welcome to another video. So today I've got a Dragon Link update deck profile. This is a budget FTK that I decided to run because I don't have Dragon Maid Chambers or Chaos Ruler, but I wanted to use Dragon Link in order to completely mess up my opponents. So let's start off with the rocket engine. You got your one rocket tracer. You don't need very many of these. You got your one rocket recharger, and you got your one rocket synchron. To round off, we do still play the Absolrouter so that we could search any piece that we need. Next up for the dragon cards, we've got Omni Dragon Brotar, one black metal dragon still, only one Starly Seifert. We're going to get to that part of our deck anyway, so you only need to play one. White Dragon Wyverburster, Black Dragon Collapse Serpent. Every card in the Dragon Link deck is just an extender. It's all gas. It's absolutely insane. Noctovision Dragon. It's just a bunch of one-ups because no matter what you draw, you're going to extend. Instead of Levianeer, we're playing the Chaos Emperor Dragon Envoy of the End, which is really cute. And then to round off the dragon monsters, we've got Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, still broken. Alright, so pretty bread and butter so far. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next cards. We got Triple Summoner Monk. You wouldn't have an FTK unless there was some shenanigans going on. Something that's unfair that breaks the game, and Summoner Monk is unfair. You can basically, as long as you have a spell on hand, unlimitedly summon Summoner Monks to your field or any other level 4. And the pièce de résistance, Treasure Panda. Yeah, we're going that route. It's hilarious. Dragon Link is a deck that can make Saryuja a lot of the time before your normal summon. So you can bait all of your opponent's interruptions, normal summon Treasure Panda, and FTK your opponent. It still has some refining to do, but I wanted to show you guys this initial list before I work on it, just in case I decide to not work on it anymore. Excuse me. Yeah, then the win condition. Sorry, guys. I'm very sorry. And then finally, Flammable Guard. We got our level 1 tuner dragon monster that's normal. So Treasure Panda can summon this. It's a dragon that's lower than level 4. It's also level 1, which comes up for a strategy in the extra deck as well. And it's a tuner. So, I mean, like, it's broken. Those are all the monsters, actually. We don't need any more. Extenders, 1 for 1, still broken. Triple Chaos Space. You're drawing your entire deck, so you just use the second and third one for Summoner Monk, and it's broken. Same thing with the World Legacy Guard Dragon. It's once per turn. You could probably honestly cut it down, but you absolutely want to see it because this is what's getting you to Saryuja before your normal summon. And then Quick Launch. The funny thing about Quick Launch is that you only have 3 targets in your deck, but you're searching your entire deck. So you'll see that we end up putting back a lot of our graveyard into our deck, so you can fully utilize this. Whenever I open up combo, you're using all 3 quick launches. So now, we need to have spells in grave and spells in hand to use Summoner Monk and Treasure Panda. So Triple Allure of Darkness will play a lot of darks. Boot Sector Launch, you're not always using this. Sometimes you're using this as just an extra spell for your other guys, because sometimes you can make Saryuja without using this effect. And a lot of times you're never using Tracer's effect the entire match because Saryuja is a Earth monster, not a Dark monster, and Tracer's effect locks you into Darks. But it's nice to have a level 4, a level 4 tuner, because Recharger, actually, you can use its effect depending on where you're at in your combo. It's really great. Dragon Ravine, I mean, Absolrouter exists, Seifert exists. There's just so many awesome things that you can do by dumping a dragon. Then Reasoning. We do not care if our Exodia pieces are in the graveyard or banished for that matter. So Reasoning literally will only give us a monster on board or add spells to our grave. Upstart Goblin, obvious. What's not obvious is that we're playing 45 cards because you don't want to draw those bricks. 2 Pot of Avarice. And finally, what makes this deck an FTK, Primal Seed. You can also play BLS instead of the Chaos one, but Primal Seed essentially says if you either have BLS, the original one, Blackluster Soldier, Envoy of the Beginning, or Chaos Emperor Dragon, Envoy of the End, you can add 2 cards from your Banish Zone to your hand, and that includes face down. So essentially you create a loop where Treasure Panda banishes Pot of Avarice face down, as well as a Primal Seed to special out Exodia pieces. You go into Saryuja, you activate Primal Seed to bring both of these back to your hand, then you can banish the Primal Seed to special summon another Exodia piece, use Pot of Avarice to put them back. It's a loop that eventually draws your whole deck if you do it right. That's where I'm going to try and make the deck better, because you can actually get very far in the combo, and then all of a sudden, it just doesn't work. So I'm still working that out in my brain, but this is solid. It's FTK'd a lot of times, but it's failed to FTK after 3 Saryujas many times as well, because if you don't see both of your Primal Seeds, you're not doing anything. Extra deck could use some work as well, but here's what I started off with. Formula Synchron, so your Exodia pieces and Black Metal Dragon and Brotar are all level 1 monsters, and then you've got your level 1 tuners, Rocket Synchron and Flamvel Guard. You can use this to summon and draw an extra card. It's still a tuner, so you can go into Needle if this is prior to the Guard Dragon combo somehow. That usually doesn't come up. I used to play Stardust Charge Warrior as well to synchro off and draw another card, but you're relying on your engine to draw other cards. This is mainly good because it's a light that you can get in Graveyard, because we don't run a lot of lights in the main deck, so you rely on your extra deck in order to be able to summon your Chaos Emperor Dragon Envoy of the End. So that's something that you can banish off of that. And you can summon this many times. This is a soft once per turn. So if you put it back in your extra deck, along with Exodia pieces and then the Flamvel Guard, you can continue to draw 1 card and getting yourself closer and closer to your combo if you already have enough spells engraved to justify it. Dang, I spent a long time on Formula Synchron. Daigusto Emerald at 1. So this is another card that you just loop. So like I was saying in the beginning, Summoner Monk can just summon a bunch of Summoner Monks. This will put your Saryujas back. Put Exodia pieces back. I mean, you just go with the flow and base your plays off of what Saryuja draws you into. Only 2 Striker Dragon. There's not enough room, and you don't really need much more than 2. You do need 2, though, because if you're going into Romulus, you're probably going to be using a Striker Dragon to start off with, and then in order to get your proper arrows to play around Ghost Ogre on Elpie, you have your Link 2 that points downwards, then your Elpie, and then your Striker Dragon. That's why we play 2. But you can loop them back, and you actually need to loop 1 back in order to complete the combo in a certain way that I'll get to. You don't always need to use that way, but sometimes you do. But I'll talk more about that. Elpie and Pisty. So the thing about this deck is it might just get demolished because Dragon Link has been on a rampage, and I think it is on the chopping block. Some people are saying Quick Launch might get limited, which a lot of people are saying is incorrect because that would just reduce the consistency slightly. But I mean, Elpie's already banned in the OCG. This is a format warping card. You could still do crazy shenanigans with Elpie banned, but it would make it a lot less consistent, and I think it would probably kill this variant of the deck because you wouldn't be able to go into Saryuja as easily without your normal summon doing this combo. Link Spider, this can kind of unbrick your hand a little bit. Like if you only draw Exodia pieces, you can summon and then special from your hand, which can get bodies on board for you to do other plays and manipulate it that way. It doesn't come up too often, but it is just there as an extra monster. Another light target, this can get you out of Guard Dragon combo too if it comes to that. It never does, though. But it's another light, which is the main thing. So you play the Protector Whelp as a light target for your Chaos Emperor Dragon. Romulus, obvious. Needle Fiber, obvious. this plus like Rockets Rocket Synchron plus World Legacy Guard Dragon is automatically full combo because you just summon Striker Dragon, search, then bring it back with the World Legacy Guard Dragon, go into Needle, special summon your Flamvel Guard, make Elpie, and then move Elpie. So Needle makes a lot more 2-card combos that can get you to Saryuja essentially. Alright, so Firewall Dragon. This is what I was talking about earlier. So, Firewall Dragon is back. Its errata says that it can only special summon when it has, what's it called? A Cyburst in your hand. You can only special summon Cyburst from your hand, but its bounce effect from grave or field is still, generic. So you can bounce whatever. So, spoiler alert, Saryuja's in the extra deck. So a lot of times you'll end up with 2 Exodia pieces in grave, so you just summon Striker Dragon pointing to Firewall and have Saryuja pointing down, so Firewall can bounce 2, so you just bounce your last 2 Exodia pieces back into your hand. So that is something that you can do as well, and it sometimes comes up. So we are playing Firewall Dragon, which is hilarious. Then triple Saryuja Dragon. This card's still a 3 here, so you get to abuse it and do stupid stuff. Obviously, this deck bricks sometimes, but a lot of times it can play through a singular hand trap. And because Saryuja's at 3, you get to essentially loop your deck. It would be a lot harder if Saryuja was at 1, and even if it was at 2, honestly. And then Boral Sword, just in case you can't get to your combo, you can try to attack for game. Do what Dragon Link does best. But yeah, that's the extra deck. It can use a lot of improvements. I'm honestly open to suggestions, but I think I might go a different route with this deck, which is why I just wanted to get this out. And then the side deck can be whatever. I mean, Gamma can protect you when you know you're going to have hand traps to deal with, because you do a lot of adding and you lose so hard to draw. This will give you a free Needle Fiber, and it'll be able to negate that card. Or if your Chaos Space gets ashed, although no one's probably doing that because they know better, they're probably activating Lancia, which in case they do, you get to Gamma them. So who knows? Maybe this should be in the main. I'll be working on that. Dark Ruler No More. So if you're going second, you got to have Dark Ruler No More with just these crazy boards out there. Winda and all that jazz. So like they schism you in the middle of your combo and you're facing a Winda. You'd be forced to Dark Ruler. Sometimes it's better to hold the Dark Ruler, and if you're doing your combo, you can draw into it and turn off certain things. Like, there's so many things that can come up, and Dark Ruler is an extremely powerful card. If you are going second or sometimes even first, if you think you need that extra extender, I just have Monster Reborn down there. It just helps you extend further. So if you have information on your opponent and Monster Reborn becomes better in your main deck, you just switch it out for something like, I don't know, Upstart Goblin or something else. Called by the Grave. If you know your opponent's on hand traps, you put the Called by the Grave in. You can, like, Dragon Link is so broken that you can combo with, like, 2 cards. So if you see the 2 cards and a Called by the Grave, then you're safe from hand traps, which is essentially why the Gamma's in there. Back row decks, Twin Twister. This is an FTK, so if you can see this going second against the back row deck, you at least have a chance to play. And then finally, My Body as a Shield. If you're going up against a bunch of negates and you didn't draw your Dark Ruler or Gammas, and your hand is going to get negated, you can at least normal summon your Treasure Panda and try and do some shenanigans that way. If they try to negate and destroy it, it will be negated, but My Body as a Shield will protect it from destruction. And because it is not a once per turn, you get to just activate it again and again and again, as long as you get to you have the ability to pay cost. So not only does this put an extra spell in your grave, but it protects it from one of your opponent's negations. So essentially, for negate and destroys, it's like the Called by the Grave version of a negate and destroy instead of a hand trap. You know what I'm saying? Like a Crystal Wing or a Borreload. Well, Borreload Savage doesn't destroy, but like Vortex Dragon. I don't know. Stuff destroys, like Dragoon. You can activate this against Dragoon, and then you get to keep playing. Alright, anyway, so this is my garbage deck. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and subscribe for more. I'll be tweaking this and maybe posting a video. Post comments on what you think I should go next with the deck, or if you think this is a stupid idea. But I actually gained a bunch of subs from playing this at locals. Everyone was like, thought it was hilarious. They saw me drawing my whole deck, but it's like really fun. It's not like competitive at all. It's as competitive as it's probably going to get. But let me know in the comments what you guys think of it, and we'll see you guys in the next one. So bye-bye.